Grasser, what the hell are you working on today? Hey, Jim Bob, how you doing today? Oh, what am I doing? I'm working on this Volvo engine here. What, a Volvo? What do you mean you're working on a Volvo? I don't know why you're not working on something cool like your diesel truck. No, Jim Bob, it's not a Volvo, it's a Volvo, okay? It's a Volvo. It's a Swedish car, in case you didn't know it. Well, Volvo, well, that's why you're the professor. What am I doing to the Volvo? Oh, the pistons. I think we could ride down to Sonic and maybe roll some coal down there and get a couple double bacon cheeseburgers with some tots. No, Jim Bob, I'm not rolling coal with my Power Stroke. My Power Stroke still got a catalytic converter. I use it for work. I'm not riding around in my truck. And besides, I ain't eating Sonic every night. I can eat Sonic maybe once a week. You know, you really should take better care of yourself there, Jim Bob. You ain't going to make it to my old ripe age. Well, what are you doing? You doing what to the pistons? Yeah, Jim Bob, I know. I put the pistons in a lathe and I'm doing some dumb stuff, but that's just how I roll. Shit. I don't know why the hell you're doing some dumb stuff like that when you could be working on that Power Max door stroke out there. I'm telling you, we could be rolling coal if you just cut that damn catalytic converter off that thing. Huh. I'm turning this 2007 T5 2.5 into a low compression engine so I can put it in my V70R. Huh. Well, you know, I think I'm going to go hang out with a real mechanic, somebody that knows how to de-lead a diesel pickup truck. If you don't know how to de-lead a diesel pickup truck, well, you don't know crap. Well, you know, Jim Bob, a true world-class mechanic will work on anything. Not just Ford, not just Chevy, not just Dodge, Ram, whatever. True world-class mechanic going to work on about anything. World-class? World-class my ass. All right, I'm out of here. All right, Jim Bob, you get on down there to the Sonic with your great delete mechanics out there. Why don't you guys roll some coal and put some wheel spacers on and all that stuff all you good mechanics do. And I'll catch you later when I'm done being creative. All right, well, I had enough. I'm going to be on my way. You just keep messing with it. I'll see y'all later. I think I'll go listen to Blake Shelton music on my way down to Sonic. You know, Jim Bob, you really should find something better to do with yourself than hang around with a bunch of coal rollers. And besides, you can make fun of my old 90s grunge music all you want. I ain't listening to Blake Shelton. All right, see you next time. All right, so let me show you guys what we got going on here. Here, I've got one of the original R pistons. And you can see, if you look carefully, this engine had a rough life. I got this engine like this. So when I took it apart, I found somebody put this piston back in and it pounded some parts to pieces here. Okay, so it had had some problems before. The other thing I noticed, somebody cleaned all the Teflon off this piston when he took it out. Now, when I originally got this car, I decided I just wanted to rock the car for a little while I built another engine. And I ended up going to the Easy Pull junkyard and buying a 2.5 out of a 2004 S80. So it was a medium pressure turbo, not a high pressure turbo. So the compression ratio was too high. It's like 9-to-1 compression ratio. I think the R originally is an 8-to-1 or 8.5-to-1 compression ratio. I don't quite remember. Okay. Not that it's really important. So what I did was I went back to Easy Pull again, and that Volvo engine that you saw on the engine stand when Jim Bob came in, that is a 2007 2.5 T5. I know the 2.4 T5 is the one you want. Could not find one anywhere. This engine cost me $185.50 with tax. So their normal price is $175. After tax, they gave it for $185.50. So what I did here is I've got, this is the stock T5 piston here, okay? And you can see about how much I have in the headland area, okay, from the top compression ring, so the stock R piston, and how we do that, and I could actually show you guys that later. Basically, we put a little film of grease around here that'll seal to this plexiglass block, all right? And then we seal that up on there, take our graduated cylinder, fill it up with 100. I didn't do cc's, I did milliliters because I was just trying to make a comparison, okay? Filled up to 100 milliliters, see how much water it holds, and that's the volume of the top of the piston. And then I tested one of the stock ones. We took a look at the volume, and the very first piston, I put it up on the lathe, which I'm going to show you here shortly, and I backed up this headland portion of the crown a little bit, closer to the bore, okay? And then I went down a little bit deeper until I could get the cc's or the volume about where I wanted it. And we'll take a look at those measurements. So I did a few things as I was, testing these pistons out, okay? So I measured the depth with a depth micrometer, to see if I could get all the depths about the same. And when I take it over to the lathe, I'll show you exactly how I'm doing that. But basically, I took about 45 thousandths off of the crown here and then backed up that headland area, okay? And I did that, and I got it up about 1 milliliter larger than I did the original R pistons, okay? I know this is not conventional, right? And when I take a look at how much weight I took off of them, I took about 14 grams of metal off of them, which seems like a lot, okay, to me. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to have a piston failure with this thing, but at the cost of what I'm going to have invested into this thing, I just thought it was a cool experiment. Yes, it's unconventional, and, I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to lower the compression on the engine. I'm putting these pistons back in with these rings. I'll get some new head bolts, new head gasket. I'll button this thing up, and we'll see how it does. So if it blows up, it blows up. It's going to be an interesting experiment. So I'll be anxious to see how it turns out. Yo, Grasher, what's with the scale? What are you, building your crap by the pound now? No, Jim Bob, I'm not making crap by the pound. Actually, I'm making it by the gram. Gram's metric system. Don't know if you learned that in school or not. Well, us and one other third world country aren't on the metric system, so I guess pounds, ounces, whatever. Did you realize it might be ounces, Jim Bob?